What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Really Reek. Today, we talking about Kanye and Kim Kardashian. Who was worth more? So let's get straight into it. Now, if you don't know, Kanye and Kim Kardashian were dating, and they have four beautiful children together. Well, at the height of Kanye's career, is kind of when he got with Kim. After that, things got a little bit rocky. Kim, or she skyrocketed. Her net worth has went through the roof. Like her net worth is actually crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really crazy. Kanye, he did his thing with music and fashion, but he really struck gold when he had the Yeezys jump over the jump man. And he had a $6.6 billion net worth before all of the anti-Semitic things happened and all the, all that trash. Before all that trash happened, he had a net worth of 6.6 billion. So I'm assuming it's Kanye, but we're gonna read this article that kind of did the math for us, and they're gonna be able to tell whether it was Kim or Kanye whose net worth was higher. All in all, they both rich as, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, man, it's no shade. Whoever is worth more is worth more. All that means is that, what are the kids' name? North, Saint, Chicago, and I forget the other one. But they're gonna have a great life, and their children's children will have a great life. So let's get straight into this article. So Kanye West or Kim Kardashian, who has the higher net worth? So Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's love story didn't go exactly as planned. The two started dating in 2012 and learned later that year that they were pregnant with their first child, daughter Northwest. Eventually, the two became engaged and they married in 2014. Kardashian and West then welcomed three more children before divorcing in 2022. West and Kardashian's relationship has been on a tightrope ever since, but the two have still built highly successful careers for themselves. While West's actions have been nothing short of controversial, not many people have always taken Kim Kardashian's career seriously. Not many people have always taken Kim Kardashian's career seriously. Still, both stars have amassed serious fortunes for four different reasons. But which of them has the higher net worth? Alright, so Kim Kardashian's net worth is $1.7 billion. That is freaking crazy. Alright. When I say that's crazy, that's beyond another level of crazy. Like, how did she get a $1.7 billion net worth? And we remember her from the sex tape with Ray J. Like, I know everybody's seen that before. The sex tape was a good sex tape, especially for back then when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? It was nowadays that ain't gonna hold a candle to some of the stuff we seen, but it was a good sex tape, and she was hot, and she was messing with black dudes. So the black community is like, oh shit, this is hot. Like, she a light skinned broad too. I didn't know she was white. I thought she was actually light skinned. But to get 1.7 billion, I keep saying million, $1.7 billion. We got to see how she did that. So let's get right into it. Figure out how she did it. Kim Kardashian knew from a young age that she wanted to be a celebrity, and some would say she was willing to do anything to get there. From once styling Paris Hilton's closet to now being a high-profile attendee at the annual Met Gala. It's safe to say she has risen to fame, but the road has been filled with all kinds of business ventures. Kim Kardashian's family landed their reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians on E! Network back in 2007, and it set the stage for Kardashian's lucrative career. At the time, she was modeling, but she later turned into the business side. In addition to the reality show, Kardashian launched her own beauty line, KKW Beauty, and her own shapewear line, Skims. Both have been tremendously successful. Though KKW Beauty shut down in 2021, she now operates as KKN by Kim. These days, while running her businesses, Kardashian has always also broken into the social justice field, rooting for prison reform and helping people get out of their unfair sentences. Over the last 20 years in the spotlight, Kardashian's net worth has ballooned to an estimate 1. Oh my goodness. So what I want to talk about is KKW Beauty and Skims. Alright, so obviously if she has a beauty company, because she's a very beautiful woman, she's gonna make a lot of money because people want to look like her. A lot of that people gonna say plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but that's what the media likes to see: is women that look like her with butts. Like, you know what I'm saying? She has a skin tone. Her dad, her family is they're all pretty women. Like, so they're pretty women and they hold themselves to a high class. So with the Skims thing, the underwear, I heard that the NBA was going to start picking that up. So that's probably how she got the $1 billion. But I don't know. So let's just keep reading, man. Read about Kanye real quick. So Kanye's fortune has dropped to an estimated $400 million. That's crazy. That is crazy. I literally just said that he had a $6 billion evaluation for his net worth, and now it's at 400 million, which is still crazy, still crazy. But now it just that's really low from 6 billion. Let's continue. So it says Kanye West has made most of his money as a rapper, but his investments took him to billionaire status back in 2020. His hits like Gold Digger and Heartless have helped him rise to fame in the music industry throughout the early 2000s, and he maintained a successful career in the space for the next decade. West eventually broke into fashion and landed a major deal with Adidas for his Yeezy line, pushing his net worth to somewhere between 2 billion and 3 billion in 2022. However, after a slew of anti-Semitic remarks, Adidas dropped Yeezy, which cost him a whopping 1.5 billion. He has since continued to be a controversial figure. Today, Forbes estimated that he is worth 400 million thanks to what he has left: a real estate portfolio, a music catalog worth around 100 million, and plus a 5% stake in Skims, Kim Kardashian's shapewear company. So we're gonna talk about that real quick. So Forbes said that he's worth 400 million. Again, that's crazy. He has real estate, but his music catalog being worth around 100 million, it has to be because of all the samples. Because if it wasn't for all of the music that he sampled from other people, that that music catalog would be worth like 300 million. That music catalog is crazy. That includes production. I mean, I'm assuming that includes production, but just having albums like College Dropout, Late Registration, which I personally bought when I was younger, probably one of the first CDs I ever bought. Late Registration and Graduation. So Late Registration and Graduation is crazy. Then you got The Life of Pablo, 808s and Heartbreaks, uh, Yeezus. You got so many musical. Then you working with other music with other artists. So if the name Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? If you can get the name of Kanye West and the name of Ye, it's worth more than $100 million. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna pay way more than that. It's probably like a Michael Jackson's catalog, and I think Prince's catalog, somewhere closer to a billion. His is going to be at least a third of a billion. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and say 300 million. That 5% stake that he has in Skims is going to eat. It's going to eat, man. That's a good stake because that's $1 billion company. And if you don't know, 10% of $1 billion is 100 million. So a 5% is 50 billion. 50 million. So that means that if the company is worth $2 billion, he would have $100 million. You know what I'm saying, in his net worth, his portfolio. So that's great to have. And I mean, they're not even cool. They beefing, and he got 5% in the company. So I don't know. When I'm about to give y'all my real take on this because I like to say things a little bit different. Like, so I like to say things like this. If Kim Kardashian being worth 1.7 billion, if Kanye would have never said those anti-Semitic things, they would be bigger than Jay-Z and Beyonce. If they could have just kept it together, kept it together. You see, what I look at in those two couples, and I hate comparing them because they're two different people. They're different people, but when I look at it in those two couples is, so you got Jay-Z versus Kanye. Jay-Z, incredible lyricist, great lyricist, has great songs, makes great music. But Kanye does the same thing, plus he produces, and plus he's in fashion. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's sort of like a leader of the new school type thing. Like Jay-Z might be a leader of the hustlers. Kanye is a leader of the new school with the poetry, with the dark poetry that he does and stuff like that. So he had three things going for him that in today's society are hot. So in that case, all he needed was a woman to match, like Jay-Z did, is Beyonce. Beyonce, again, doesn't write her music. This is just, again, I'm fans. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I like all of the music, but you gotta understand, she don't write all her music. She's been on top though. She's still a bad bitch, but she was the baddest bitch in '03. She's a black woman. Uh, it's a lot. You know, I don't really know what I could say about that because her net worth is still like 400 million. Like it's still like a half a billion. You know, it might be more than that depending on her beeline and all that stuff that she got going on. We really need to start crunching the numbers on that. But it gets to the point where it's just like the combination of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian would break would just overpower them. And it overpowered them by a lot. I said he was worth $6 billion. I must have read that wrong. It said $3 billion. So by now it might have been about $6 billion. So let's just call it. Let's meet in the middle and call it $4.5 billion. So if Kanye is worth $4.5 billion and Kim is now worth $1.7 billion, those are two billionaires with black children. So that black children would be inheriting $1 billion businesses, which has never been thought of, never been heard of until Jay-Z did it. So Jay-Z takes a different route, and as you can see, he know how to move in a room full of vultures, and that's why he's still worth billions of dollars, while Kanye net worth has dropped all the way down. Now, that doesn't always mean money. That can mean your company that you own is worth that amount of money. You may not have that amount of money liquid, but you can get it in credit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to get that money. But so at least some of it. But they're talking about their businesses. So since he's not with Adidas anymore, he's not worth $1 billion. That did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kim, on the other hand, isn't using a top brand to build her brand. So she's building it by her name and whatever else, you know. And with that being said, it has scalability without a partnership. That like a public partnership. So if it's not a public partnership, that means that if Kim and whoever making Skims or SKKN, whoever is making that, they get into it, it's not gonna come out publicly because we don't know who they are. But we knew who Adidas was. So when Kanye did that, it kind of messed everything up. But that's been the end of this video. It's your boy Really Reek. If you fucking with the vibes, man, drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, please. Look out for your boy, man. I'm gone.